Hello, it's Liz here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make little collage clusters for my nature journal using stamped images. Images on the backgrounds and some stamped butterflies which I have coloured using my watercolour pens. So let's get on with that. I've gathered my bits. I'm going to use this stamp set for my butterflies, and I'm going to stamp, the cover has come off this, onto this watercolour card, this mixed media card. And that's the little tray of bits. Oh my goodness. I have so many things to the side of me here that I've left myself about 8 inches square to do things on. So let's get the ones that I've made already out the way so that we've got more room up there to put the pens and whatnot. So we'll start off by stamping the butterflies. We will do one of each, I think. Let's just put that out the way now. So I'm going to use my VersaFine for stamping the butterflies because I'm going to be using watercolour based pens, and so that's what you need to use to stop the ink from running. Oops. And we'll just do these 3 at a time, well 1 at a time, but 3, and then we'll give them a quick colour. The colouring is very easy because I'm not going to use any water. There's barely any colouring to do. Just leave that on that one, and that's us finished with the ink pad. My sleeve keeps catching on them, so we'll move them out the way. Right, so let's colour. Just move that to the side. I'm going to do one yellow orange one. I'll do the yellow first. I don't know why I picked a middle one there, just seemed the right thing to do. So just a quick smoosh, a little bit of shading, and then we can just smoosh over that and blend it in. Job done with the yellow one. Now we'll do the bluey grey one, and we'll do this one. So it's just, again, a smoosh of colour. A little bit of darker in the edges. Not paying any attention really. Just going over those bits now to blend in. There we are. And how quick is this? And a little pinkish one. Again, very pale pink over that. And then a little bit of darker just coming out from where the darker would come out from, and then over with the pink, the paler pink, just to go to the edges, and a little bit darker again if you think it needs a little bit more. There we are. Right, we can move. So that was Zig Clean Colour Real Brush, and these are the cheaper version which I got off Amazon. There's not much writing on them. That looks like Bauer. So, and they work okay. They're not as nice as the real brush, but they do the trick. And let's just get these fussy cut. I will fussy cut one and then I'll do the other two off the camera because I don't think you need to see me fussy cutting. The main thing about fussy cutting, I would say, is move your paper or card rather than move the scissors. And also when it comes to butterflies, I do some minor surgery and I don't cut out unless they're really quite thick ones or short ones. They're little bits sometimes, like those bits there on that one, and that little long body there on that one won't make it. But yeah, it's better just to miss it out, I think, than try and cut something that's really tricky. So there's one done. I'll throw that in the bin and I'll just cut out the other two. So there we are, 3 butterflies, stamped, coloured, cut out. Yep. So let's get on with putting the little collages together. And I think I'm going to play around with 3. So I've got my background pieces. This I think is just a little bit too big for me. So I'm just going to take a bit off the bottom there. Use that one. And I have, let me show you what I've got. I have stamped out also this little bottle. I have stamped out a couple of mushroomy toadstool ones using these 2 stamps. Those are the stamps I got from Amazon, showed you yesterday. And I've also stamped out a leaf, these 2 leaves here. But I stamped them with a green that I thought would be quite dark, and I'm just not sure if the green is really it's maybe too subtle for me. I'll see. So as well as using our butterflies as a stamped focal point, I thought I would just incorporate these little stamped images as well into the collage. So that's what we'll do. We can move these out the way now. I'll just keep my washi just in case I want a little bit. Add that to the pile of things that we don't need. Okay, so I've got my little box of tiny snippets all ready to make up collage. I've got my tin of postage stamps. Oops, sorry about that. I've got my little basket of snippets of material and trim and little bits of trim. And I have my box of slightly bigger snippets and little bits of ephemera. So I keep the tiny bits in there and the slightly bigger bits in there. And it's a fine line what goes in the small box and what goes in the slightly bigger box. Don't ask me why, I can just decide. Right, we know for sure there's going to be a butterfly on each one. This is how I do it. I know people do different ways, but this is sort of what I do. And we know for sure there's going to be a stamped piece of book in each one. So we know for sure that. So let's look through. We've got a pink butterfly. So let's see if we've got, something that we can use. And we'll need a little bit of something else, maybe some music. Right, let's play around with this one. So we'll have and it's just a case, I think, of playing around, see what's what. That's better. And then roughly you know where it's going to be stuck. And I think that will do the trick. Yes. So let's get our magazine. Where did I put it for the gluing? I've piled everything that I don't need on top of it. Here it's here. Right, let's get gluing this. So we'll just slide it off, and we know that we're going to put the pink. I glue them down, and with collaging these little bits, I tend not to glue right to the edge. I just glue the middle, because I think it's quite nice if it curls up a little bit, or just, I don't know, it just seems the right thing to do. And I'm going to sew round anyway, or sew partly round on the bits, on the ones that I've already made. I sewed round the whole of that one, and I just did a zigzag round two sides of this one and two sides of that one. So we'll be giving them a little blast with the sewing machine anyway. And I think it's always good with collage for little bits to peek through, little bits just to peek through of the other layers. If you're putting something over it, then it's quite good to do that. There, just fiddling around a little bit. So that's one. Where's the other one? Under here. Right, let's think what else we can do. This has got blue. Let me think, let me see if I've got anything with hints of blue, or there's a piece. Doesn't need to be blue. It can be a nice contrast. Now, I wonder, let's see if we can get a nice piece of tissue or something. Here's a nice piece. Nice. There's a little black and white bit, because that might just be too dark. Didn't put any snippet of material on that, or a wee trim. Let's revisit this one. Yeah. That's better. Nice wee bit of contrast. A little bit of fabric makes a difference. Right, where were we? We were on this. Now, maybe a piece of music. Maybe some music. Let's see. Here's map. Here's a piece of map. Yeah, that's pretty good. And maybe a little inch of this. Wonder if that should go underneath. Nope, it's better on top. And maybe a stamp. Let's see. No, oh, here's a toadstool stamp. Two same. Let's see, a blue stamp. Oh, that's quite big, isn't it? That's quite nice. That's quite good because that picks up the map, the little piece of map. Yep. Right, okay. So what's down first? The map. So we didn't go to the park yesterday. We decided to go and take Millie to the fort, which is a shopping centre that's outside. It's reasonably new shopping centre, and all the it's like a horseshoe shape, so all the shops are round in a semicircle, and so it's all outside, and we sat on a bench and had coffee. And it was nice to see all the shops. They're not open yet, they don't open here till Monday, but it was nice to see that they were in, cleaning and sorting the shelves, and yeah. So we were walking past Waterstones, the bookshop. I think I need something else in here. If I put my butterfly up there. No. Yeah, we were walking past the bookshop, and the girl in the bookshop, we go into the bookshop quite a lot, and the girl in the bookshop was in, that's the middle of a doily, was in the window fixing the window display, and yeah. And here she made a mad dive out to open the door. She's like, "Oh, Millie, oh, haven't seen you for ages." Because every time we go in, Millie gets a big welcome and a clap and a doggy biscuit. So she's like, "Oh, will I see you on Monday? Will you be back?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if we'll be back on Monday, but we'll be back next week sometime. I don't think we'll go on Monday. Might be quite busy the first day it's opened." I think people know us just because of the dog. Because in the winter it's fine now, she doesn't wear her coat, but she's got this fleecy coat that's covered in ladybirds, and it, for some reason, it just seems to make people smile. You hear people in the past, "Look at the dog with the ladybird coat." Where's my lid? There, it's there. Look. And And all the kiddies are like, oh, look at the dog with the ladybirds on. There. Now, number 3. Let's see, what have we done? We've got a map. This is yellow, this one. We haven't used the washi yet, so we might use that. There's a stamp right away with yellow on it. We might use that. And a wee contrast. I wonder if we should use that. So that's quite nice, a wee bit of touch of pink. Yeah, on the other side of the ladybird coat it's plain red. So at Christmas time we had it on inside. It's not really inside out, I think it's just double. It's reversible. Yeah, I wonder if we should put a little bit of this on this one. It's because of the yellow. That's quite nice. I think that one might do, that one. Doesn't seem very much on it, but I think it does the trick. Maybe a little bit of the black washi will be quite dramatic. That bit's not sticky. Yeah, so at Christmas with the red coat on, the kiddies are like, oh look, there's Santa dog. Santa. Oh dear. Let's tear the washi down a wee bit and just let it peek out in places, I think. Just put it randomly on and see what bits we can see when we're... Yeah, that's a bit random, but it'll be fine. So yeah, so that was Waterstones. The girl's like, oh Millie. And of course, if you know what greyhounds are like, you just get the same reaction. They're just kind of, you don't get any real. Oh, I know it doesn't matter if things are upside down, but for some reason that just didn't seem right, that it should be upside down. So where are we putting the butterfly? This one here. Yeah, so of course she just looks as if, oh. Let's put that down first. And then she's like, well, what? Have you got a biscuit for me? If you don't have a biscuit for me, I'm not interested. So it's nice again today. I'm not sure if we'll just sit out for a bit or whether we'll go to the park. I'm not sure about the gold. There's a little bit of something. Too much, too yellow. Let's try it. Oh, don't use them. Use these. Try a little bit. Oh, I think that'll do fine. I think we'll do 2 bits. And then we'll maybe do a bit up there. What do you think? Too much? I think that's all right. Did we stick that down? Yes, we did. So yeah, I'm not sure. The park will be busy. But that's okay, because it's outside, so we're safe outside. Hubby and I have just had our first injections, so we're still waiting on word to go for our second one. I think it'll be a few weeks yet. A few weeks. Perfect. Right, so let's see what's what. We've got our 3 and these 3. So I'm just going to pop to give these a little bit of a sew around the edges, and I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, so that's them sewn round. I sewed round 3 sides of that one and all 4 sides of that one, and a little zigzag all the way round that one. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how that's turned out. I've got 2 pinks, 2 yellows, 2 blues, excellent, all with little bits of trim and everything, so they can go now in my box, which only has the 2 little folders that I made the other day. So there's 2 little folders good to go, and now 6 little clusters. So that's what's in my box, but it'll build up and I'll have lots of nice things to use in my nature journal when I am ready to make another entry. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you're all keeping well, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.